just a little tip for those of you that are going to do these. What I'm doing in this warm-up time is I'm setting up the screen behind, hey Cindy, behind my phone to show Periscope as well, so that I can see the questions being asked. Hey Melody, hey Frank. Easier because they're very small on the phone, and you know, I'm 57, so my eyes are 57-year-old eyes. And I also put up on the screen my notes on a little text pad for the day. So, little tip for you, those of you that are getting ready to do this. Thank you for those hearts. Now, before we get started here, hey Melanie, thank you for all those kind things you've been saying about the profitable product creation program. On your phone, in your lower left-hand corner, is where you can say things like, hey, from Branson, Missouri, says Tammy. Hey, Tammy. And let us know where you're dialing in from. And on the right is where you guys can press, like you're doing, that little button that sends the hearts. And when you do a hashtag Halloween in your Periscope, it also sends bats. So you'll see both hearts and bats. Press that thing as many times as you like. If it stops working for you, that means you've gone over 500 for the day, and you got to sign out and come back in. That would be a good problem to have. So yeah, you get to see the hearts and the bats. Looks pretty cool there. And we are ready to go. Felicia's the pink hearts from Knoxville, Tennessee. Well, hey there, Slattery. Good to see you here. Appreciate you. We are getting ready to go here. Melody's super excited about well, she's super excited too, but she's super excited about the profitable product creation course that she's using. She's calling in from Oregon. There's Frank from Boise, Idaho. Always makes me think of that line in the Harry Chapin song, from Boise, Idaho. And that's all the singing you'll get out of me. It's 11 o'clock. Welcome, folks, to the Results Now Cafe for Tuesday, October 27th. Now, here is the welcoming quote. How can marketing in plain sight fill your online events? Hey, there's Tim in Louisville. Welcome, Tim. And I said that right, too, Louisville. All right, it's not Louisville, folks. It's Louisville, with the emphasis on the first syllable, Louisville. Okay? How can marketing hiding in plain sight fill your online events? I'm going to show you a little, it's almost subliminal, the way this works, but it's just so obvious and so powerful that you'll love it. So thank you for all the folks that are commenting and saying hi. That's over in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen on your phone is the place where all you guys are sending those hearts and bats. The bats come when you do hashtag Halloween in your Periscope. So thank you for commenting and hearting and sharing. Now, this is Halloween week, so we'll have those bats in there all week. And we'll also have as a special guest all week, somebody you met last week. This is Chubby the Skeleton, wearing his Easy in Articles cap. He's going to be showing up with us all week. And occasionally, he's going to show up as a badass, flip his cap around, and look like this. Okay? So he'll be a badass, Chubby. Now, I shared with you last week that his name is Chubby because he's added a lot of meat to his bones since we adopted him last year. And I found his neck. You'll see that I found his neck in a closet. So now he can even swivel here for us. Hopefully by the end of the week, I have found the rest of him, and I'll attach his skeleton. You'll see how he's added some meat to his bones. So Chubby will be joining us for the duration this week. So Chubby goes back over on the desk. Now, for those of you that don't know me and already think me insane, those of you that do know me will probably agree that I do some crazy things on these shows, but it's more fun that way. My name's Jeff Herring, and I help entrepreneurs just like you, online entrepreneurs, unleash and cash in on your content. I'm the co-creator, along with Jim Edwards, of the Custom Content Wizard, and you can go check that out at CustomContentWizardSpecial.com. Watch a mercifully brief video. Felicia says, we already know you're insane in all the best ways. Thank you. That's pretty true. And today's show is sponsored by Results Now Webinars. And we've got one coming up. Oops, I've got that typed in wrong. jeffherring.com/MOS. Here is the link for you. jeffherring.com/MOS. Probably the most. You agree with that, Melody? Okay, I'm crazy in all the best ways. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. At this link, you'll be able to sign up for what I think is the most important webinar of the year that I'm doing, all about getting off to a great start in 2016, but not even wait until then. You'll be able to get the best out of the rest of 2015 and finish strong. I'm going to show you 5 pillars of massive online success and 21, or would it be 21 ways or 21 steps, checklist for massive online success. So join us there. Now, our topic today, hiding in plain sight, a great way to subliminally promote on social media. But before we do that, I have to do a little episode of What's on Jeff's Desk. Okay. Now, I took this off the wall earlier to put this particular poster up. I got to find another place for this, but I thought this would be an excellent example for What's on Jeff's Desk. This is the first license plate I had here in Georgia. Okay. And you can see that it says Article Guy, which used to be my identity on the internet, right? Now, when I was getting this license plate, I was trying to think of 7 characters that could say Article Guy, all right? And I was frustrated by trying to figure it out. And John, my oldest son, was like 14, 13 then, already doing texting type short things. So he said, Dad, RTCL, Article Guy, all right? And this really worked well, except every now and then, people would get confused about what RTCL meant. We came out of a concert once watching Switchfoot, and there were people in line for another show hanging by the car, and they said, hey, what do you do? And I said, well, why are you asking? And they said, well, we want to know if you're a proctologist. Get it? They didn't read Article Guy. They read something else. And we're asking if I was a proctologist. Some of you will get that, some of you won't. Okay, so another episode of What's on Jeff's Desk. Let's jump into the training for today, okay? Hiding in plain sight, a great way to subliminally promote on social media. Yeah, some of you are getting it because you're giving me the hearts and the bats, okay? And you guys are laughing out loud. Yeah, Felicia got it. Melody got it. Good job, guys. All right, now, there is something on every one of your social media sites, just about. It's called a header. Now, typically, I put one up and leave it the same way, okay? And then I saw someone last week doing something I thought was brilliant, simple and brilliant. They have an event coming up this week, and they changed their header to market the event with the URL to sign up for the event. Okay, I know a lot of my colleagues that change their headers all the time, like Brian Bacon Basilico does. I usually keep mine the same, but why not change your header for different events? Okay, so if you go over to twitter.com/Jeff Herring, you'll see my Twitter header is promoting this week's webinar. If you go over to Facebook at facebook.com/Jeff Herring Marketing, you'll see my Facebook header is the same thing. If you go over to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/new content marketing, you'll see my YouTube header is the same thing. You can do it in your LinkedIn header and any other social media site where you need a header, okay? Now, what that does subliminally, now I'm having trouble saying the word, subliminally, is you're advertising that that event coming up. It can be a webinar, it can be a Periscope like this, it can be a live event, it can be anything. But while they're looking at your tweets and while they're looking at your Facebook updates and your videos and your updates and articles on LinkedIn, anywhere else you've got a header, there is that header right up there, subliminally promoting your event coming up. So simple little tool, very powerful thing to do. But wait a minute, Jeff, how do you create those headers? Oh my gosh. Okay, let me give you a few tools. Okay, I use for small graphics, I use three things: Word Swag and Word Dream, and what's the new one? Come on, Jeff. Typorama. Yeah, sounds like that Saturday Night Live old skit. Typorama, Word Dream, and Word Swag. You'll spend a total of $9 getting those three apps. Any one of them will work for you. You can do things that way. Also for headers, I use Canva, and I also use, gosh, I'm blanking on these things. Canva and, Canva and PictoChart. That's it. Canva and PictoChart. And listen, if I can do these things, you can do these things. All you got to do is one and use it as a template. So the tip is to use your headers on your social media sites to promote your stuff, to promote upcoming events. You can promote anything. You can promote an opt-in page. You can promote just going to your blog. But why not? We always use them for, our face and some tagline or whatever, and leave them there forever. Why not set them up so that they subliminally promote for you upcoming events? Okay. Hey, Margaret, how you doing? So for our genius tip, okay, this sounds almost like a tip for parents, like change diapers often. Did that twice with two boys. But the genius tip for today is change your headers often. Change your headers often. Mix it up, and that way you can promote your events coming up. And also, it gets people more alert, and you're subliminally promoting stuff without doing a whole lot of things. Oh, yeah, Tammy, you're right. You could hire a designer, which Tammy is. Shameless self-promotion. Way to go, Tammy. Appreciate that. So I was going to say one more thing about that. Oh, and in a sense today, folks, am I not subliminally promoting the webinar Thursday? Because I'm talking about looking at all these headers, and that's where it promotes. So enough with the subliminal stuff. Here is a direct promotion for Thursday's webinar, jeffherring.com/MOS. Let's get that closer. MOS. jeffherring.com/MOS. You can also always go over to jeffherring.com, and there'll be plenty of places to sign up for that webinar. Seriously, folks. Felicia, you're magic. Woo! Got to use that old psychological experience somehow, right? Really, I think it's the most important webinar I've done this year. I'm going to show you 5 pillars of massive online success and a 21, I'm not sure how this is going to look on the camera, step checklist that if you follow, you're virtually guaranteed success online when you do all 21 things to completion. Okay, so I'll be counting on you to do that. So, appreciate all the hearts and bats and you joining us today. This is so much fun getting together this way. Okay, MOS, what does that stand for? Massive Online Success. Massive Online Success. And if that doesn't work for you for some reason, just go to jeffherring.com, and there's plenty of places to sign up there for the webinar on Thursday. Now, tomorrow, we're going to get together and talk about my biggest source of high-quality evergreen free traffic. My biggest source of high-quality evergreen free traffic. And one of the folks attending our webinar, our Results Now Cafe Periscope today, is going to be quoted on there because that person's been using it with great success. So thanks for joining me. You may have noticed a trend here in the last couple of weeks. On Mondays, I do something about content creation. On Tuesdays, I do something about social media. On Wednesdays, something about traffic generation. And while traffic generation may not be sexy, you got to do it. Thursdays is something about list building. And Fridays is something about product creation. And I'll toss in other stuff as well. Along with a whole entire week of Chubby the Skeleton spending time with us since it's Halloween. And so we're going to sign off now. See you tomorrow. And we'll be here right at 11 a.m. Eastern. All right, everybody saying hi to Chubby. Before we go, give Chubby some love. Hit that hearts and give him some hearts and bats. He'll especially like the bats. All right, appreciate you guys. Chubby says thank you. Too bad I'm not a ventriloquist. Thank you. See? Isn't that awesome? Thank you for the bats and the hearts. You can't see my mouth move at all then, can you? Because of the mustache. Awesome. All right. See you guys tomorrow. And go use this stuff.